The Score, the place for local sports, now presents another live local broadcast of high school sports. No one does more live local play-by-play than The Score does. Local Sports on The Score is brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, and one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Connected Credit Union, building lifelong relationships. Get connected, stay connected. KVFCU, invested in you. Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work. Skowhegan Tire Center, they beat any price. Route 201 Skowhegan. Flagship Cinemas, a better cinema experience. See you at the movies. KMD Driving School in Oakland, teaching your kids to drive for over 25 years. SBS Carbon Copy, Main Street, Waterville, where printing is personal, not puzzling. Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt. Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Computer Improvements in Skowhegan. From sales of computers and accessories to service, we are your go-to computer store. Heights Chevrolet in Skowhegan. Our family is here for your family. Your team from your town plays here. Now with a play-by-play, here's Mike Violet and AJ Knight.
Good afternoon from Winslow at Jerry Pullen Memorial Field. Not exactly Mike Violet and AJ Knight, as Mike Violet gets the rare day off to get ready for the playoff push. AJ Knight, John Coughlin here with you again for Winslow football. And John, the matchup doesn't get any easier for the Winslow Black Raiders than the last time you and I did a game together.
Two teams going in different paths, AJ. Not to say that Winslow can't win this ball game, but they're a prohibitive underdog in this one for sure.
The Wells Warriors come in 5-0, the defending Class D champions, and they have made it look easy this season, scoring 40 points in all but one game. In that game they didn't score 40. Well, they beat Freeport 28-6, so still a very comfortable margin. And on the season, Wells has surrendered just 33 total points. And to your point, John, that's a tough matchup for a Winslow team who really wants to play a ball control, grind-it-out game and just limit possessions. This Wells team can score a lot and score a lot in a hurry.
Well, Coach Littlefield is certainly a defensive-minded coach, and let's see what he's got dialed up to stop the ground attack for Wells. I mean, my goodness. Their coach calls it a two-headed monster, AJ, the two running backs. Statistically, could be Fitzpatrick Award kind of caliber players. Dom Buxton, number 28, and Eli Potter, number 47. I was down on the field earlier, and by God, those kids are big, big kids, and their front line may even be more talented.
Yeah, just to put it in perspective, Buxton between the last two games with Oak Hill and Lisbon, 9 rushing touchdowns. Potter between Oak Hill and Lisbon, 3 rushing touchdowns. That's 12 rushing touchdowns, and I can't do that math, but it's somewhere around 72 points. And, again, that's just a bad sign, I think, for a Winslow team that's not the type of game they want to play. And to your point, last year we were here. One of the best coach games I've ever seen was last year when Winslow took on that Foxcroft Academy team who was doing something similar last season, and some trick plays, a sneaky onside kick, really making sure to milk that clock as much as possible. had Winslow in the game late. Couple of calls didn't go their ways. Most specifically, anybody who watched or has gone back to the Vault, Central Maine Sports on YouTube, that Matt Kirian kick return with the hold negating that touchdown was so massive for Winslow that was returned. But they're going to have to find a way to shorten the field and maybe get a little luck today. It looks like Mother Nature might be helping them out, John.
Well, that's exactly it. They've got to shorten the game. You're going to watch the quarterback for Winslow. That's Tucker Pomerlow. He'll use all the play clock before he snaps the ball. That's one way that you shorten game. The other thing, I mean, for Winslow to be in this game, they've got to put together a time-consuming drive. 2 or 3 of them, they got to get on the board, and then defensively, can they keep this Wells club to under 20 points? Don't know, but you talked about equalizers. We've got some wind here today, and sometimes, teams coming in here that are advanced, polished, they don't play well in the wind. They lose a couple of turnovers, and maybe Winslow can stay in the game.
On the side for the Winslow, one of the things they've been dealing with recently is they have been banged up. I think started out the season really strong. They had 2 monster wins. MCI, we were here for that one. And then they went up to Madison, beat them by a combined 102-13. Since then, a loss by 6 points to Lisbon, a loss by 14 points to John Babs, and, of course, the Foxcroft Academy game, which wasn't close that we were here for. Starting to feel like they're getting a little bit healthy, and they're going to need to, as you see some of the highlights from the game we've had this season. They have the ability to bust big plays between Fortin and Hobby, but the identity for the Winslow Black Raiders is well established, and Wells is going to be keying in on slowing down that running attack.
Well, that's right. I mean, let's look at this. You think that Winslow will get the ball 8 or 9 times during this game. It's important that they sustain those drives, and their defense gets off the field, and their offense is on the field more than the defense. But, anything can happen here, A.J. Winslow, a traditional program. As you said, they're banged up, but they're sitting in the middle of the pack trying to get position for playoffs. Today's a big game.
Today's game on Central Maine Sports and 1160 Scores, of course, brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college. Over 40 academic degrees and certificates, one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now. And Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, wood stoves, and hardscape products. Undefeated Wells in town to take on the 2-3 Winslow Black Raiders. And it's not just about the massive matchup we have here. Mr. Coughlin going to give us a little bit of a historical tour. This is a rivalry that has gone back quite a ways and has decided some championships. And we will get a little taste of that when we come back. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher,
an HVAC technician,
pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect,
physical therapist,
I'm going to be a lawyer,
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor,
a machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer,
an athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. Our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin, we are in Winslow, where the home team Black Raiders are looking to pull off a massive upset as the Wells Warriors come in undefeated, 5-0, unchallenged, as they have sort of just blitzed their way early through this schedule. And, John, this is a matchup that is, for a very long time, not necessarily unfamiliar, though. It's been a minute since the two of these teams have played each other.
The last time they met, AJ, was in October of 2021. That's 3 years ago.
That's crazy.
And Wells dialed up a 49-13 win. You know, this is a program, Wells and Winslow, that have met each other over the years. Winslow has stayed primarily D, although Wells has gone up and down from C to D with class enrollment. And no matter where they are, C, D, or this year, you could put them in A, they would dominate. They are one of the 5 remaining 11-man football undefeated teams in this state.
That'll do it.
And, you know, I was looking at all the polls yesterday, each one of the paper in the top 10 polls, and, you know, looking at that, Wells is in every one of them, regardless of class.
Yeah.
So you know they bring a special element to this field today. One of the things that I've always noticed about Wells is there are times that being a primarily Friday night artificial turf football field, they have had some games where they struggle on grass. Oak Hill was a perfect example a week ago. Oak Hill trailed them 29-21 going late into the third period. Couple of turnovers. Wells, 3 straight touchdowns, blew the ball game open. But there are teams that have played with him at various times during the game. And this Winslow team, you know, I mean, they've got some strength. Their running backs are good. They can control the ball, just don't turn it over.
Yeah, turnover is going to be key. You know, a couple games we've had this season. Skowhegan-Lawrence comes to mind. Skowhegan we had last night, got the big win at home for homecoming against Messalonsky. But against Lawrence, surprising in that one, they're trailing 14-7 going the final period, which is what you ask, and maybe a little bit of a mismatch. They turn the ball over in the fourth. Of course, the score gets ugly. So Winslow definitely going to have to protect the ball, and it'll be curious to see as we get ready to see the Black Raiders burst through that banner to get introduced here, just how aggressive Winslow gets early in terms of going for it on fourth down, trick plays, et cetera. But no matter what, it is going to take, I think, as you said, a very locked-in, perfect day from the Black Raiders, because this Wells team has been cruising this season.
Well, they have. And we talked a little bit about the excellence of their offensive and defensive lines. This is one of those programs that they have the ability to put good athletes, their best athletes maybe up in the offensive and defensive lines, and that gives them the spectacular play that you may not see from other teams. That's what makes this team special.
So both teams have made their ways onto the sidelines. We'll get through the introductions, the national anthem, and then we will have Saturday afternoon football. AJ Knight, John Coughlin with you, the whole crew, both the Rigneys and Mrs. Knight here, just a bunch of couples, as we get ready for the undefeated Wells Warriors to take on the Winslow Black Raiders. When we come back, you are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
At Haight Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haight Chevy. Haight Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haight family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Hi, this is Mike Perkins from KMD Driving School. I've been instructing your children in driver's ed for years. We're accepting new students for the fall and winter classes. Let the professionals teach your children. Call 465-4835. Sign them up for KMD Driving School. New classes begin every 3 weeks. Call 465-4835, 465-4835, or visit us online at kmddrivingschool.com. The journey begins with us. KMD Driving School.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin on the call today as the Wells Warriors have come down to take on the Winslow Black Raiders. Mary Rigney on our scoreboard, Tyler Rigney on camera, Ashley Knight on our stats. And as we get ready here for the coin flip, a reminder that high school sports on the score brought to you by KMD Driving School in Oakland, teaching your kids to drive for over 25 years. Skowhegan Tire Center, they beat any price. Route 201 in Skowhegan. And Skowhegan Savings Bank, making our communities a better place to live and work.
Now, AJ, I'm just a guest here today, but understand from around the state, we consider this to be the A team that you have in the booth here today. The A team without Violet.
Ooh, look, John, I appreciate you subbing in. I don't need you making trouble with me for me because, unlike you, I have to go back and work with Mr. Violet starting next week, and we're all over the place. We'll be up at Brewer on Monday as a big-time field hockey matchup. We've been very lucky this season. Our next game Monday will be Brewer against Mount Ararat.
Oh, that's a good one. That's down my way. Mount Ararat, they're good.
They are a very good team. But let's without making trouble for me, what's on my schedule for next week, take a look at what's going on here as we get ready for some Saturday afternoon football.
Well, it looks like that Winslow's going to get an opportunity to have the ball first. I'm not sure which way the wind is blowing. It seems to be more of a swirling wind, AJ. I mean, one pass it may help, one pass it may hinder. So we'll see what happens with the wind and the game.
Yeah, Winslow, it's going to be very, I think, key for them to do something to on this first drive, because what Wells can do on offense.
Winslow's pretty basic with their offense, and you talked about trick plays coming up. These teams by week 6 have scouted each other on film and tape. And, I watched Wells last night on a tape, and you look at these teams, and they don't vary an awful lot from week to week, but I think you may see a couple of different looks from Winslow as they take the field now for the kickoff.
Yeah, it's going to be, like you said, a curious situation. How much do you, in Winslow's situation, right, knowing you might have to steal some possessions, manifest your own luck, so to speak, how aggressive do you get in comparison to what your identity is? Because everybody knows that double wing T is what Winslow's going to run.
Yeah, and the basic of that is you get good blocking up front, you control the tempo, you have sometimes you have some big third downs that you got some yards to gain, but it's a ball control offense.
Piatek will take the kick here for the Wells Warriors. Bimpson and Hardy, the deep man, standing on their own 5-yard line. Good long kick. Bimpson's going to retreat, let it go over his shoulder, and that will go into the end zone for a touchback, which Mike Violet will be very happy to see because it has become a rarity in the high school game nowadays.
You're right, but I think that shows us which way the wind is blowing, AJ, from right to left on your radio dial. That's a gusty wind.
Yeah, and I think you're right about it being swirling as Winslow's going to start here 1st and 10 on their own 20, because during the pregame when we were talking about it, Tyler got a shot of it. It was blowing straight away from us. Now, if you look at the flag, it's blowing across the field, so it's just kind of picking its directions as we go.
The last time I was here, they used old footballs. This time they have a brand new football in the game. What does that mean?
In tight. Palmerlo going to be under center in that wing T from the 20. Turnaround pitch to Fortin. Fortin is going to get nowhere and I think lose a yard as the Wells Warriors were waiting for him.
Well, there again, you see the athleticism and the push. That right defensive line push was into the backfield on the pitch.
Call that a loss of a yard, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 from the 19 for for the Winslow Black Raiders. They start with the ball, looking to burn clock and put up points against a very high-powered Wells Warriors offense.
Now let's see if Winslow uses the whole play clock here. He'll come out to the huddle, stand over the center until the back referee, but he's not going to. They're running the ball.
Turn around, hand it to Hassan. Hobby tries to cut up the middle, and he gets hit immediately. I think falls forward for maybe a gain of 4 out to about the 23.
And here's what Winslow will be facing a lot this day. It's a 3rd and long, and this offense may not be conducive to picking up these types of first downs.
Well, we talked about the win maybe being an advantage for Winslow. Very much obviously could be a disadvantage if you find yourselves in a 3rd and 8, as the Black Raiders now currently do.
Big play early on.
Ball on the 22 after the gain of 3 from Hobby. Armlow gets him set, goes under, man in motion's Hobby. They're going to pitch it out wide side now. He tries to cut back, lowers his shoulder, runs into his own guy, and he's going to go down just across the 25, maybe up to the 26, but still going to be 4th down here.
Well, I say you go for this. I mean, you came into this game, I doubt very much that their coach is going to go for it here, but I would. I'd go for this. I like that sweep toss. And, had he not, and they are going to be punting AJ, but had he not run into his own blocker, he had the first down.
4th and 2, so a gain of 6 there for Hobby, but Parmelo back in punt formation. Decent snap, gets the kickoff. End-over-end kick directionally away from the returner for Wells. Going to take a Winslow bounce and get out of bounds just past the 35. So a pretty good kick there, as Buxton had nothing he could do with it, which from what we've seen from his stats is a good thing for Winslow.
You're right. I mean, got good bounce on that and pretty good field position if you're a Winslow Black Raider defense.
So Wells will come out, have their first possession as they officially spot it. Looks like it's going to be at the 35. So the Wells Warriors will start their first offensive possession from their own 35. Going under center is Cal Moody. Directly behind him is Eli Potter, as they're in that wing T formation as well. 1 wide here. Going to turn around, head it off to Potter. Big hole. Gets wrapped up there. Finally going to go down around the 40 as Winslow collapsed on him, but should be a good gain of 5.
Potter almost lost control of the ball as it was handed off to him. Got it up high on the hip. Turned it into a nice gain. And he's one of the two-headed monsters. That's what the coach calls him. And I can see that because they've scored 22 out of the 28 touchdowns that Wells have.
No surprise what they're going to do. And luckily for Winslow, they see a lot of it in practice. Same formation here. Potter's going to be right behind. Instead, they're going to hand it off on the sweep. That's to Perkins. Perkins cuts back. Not Perkins at the 40. Stays on his feet. Finally goes down about the 35, as that was Dom Buxton, the other member of that two-headed running back attack.
Buxton with 12 rushing touchdowns. A little bit different type of runner, AJ. You'll see him run upright. Long legs, and when he gets those long legs going, he's going to have an advantage. But we got a flag.
A break here for Winslow as there's a hold on the play. So that big gain from Buxton, which was for almost about 25 yards. They end up going backwards 10.
Buxton likes to sweep that end, and you're going to find that Potter loves the contact up in the middle. His legs are huge, tree trunks.
So they'll put him back to the 33, which will make it a 2nd and about 12. They're going to turn around, fake handoff on the backside. Instead, they're just going to go straight to Potter up the gut, breaking tackles, shrugging off defenders, and he's finally going to go down at the 45.
2nd and 3rd effort by Eli Potter gets him the first down. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be short. It's going to be 3rd and short. Big play.
So this will be 3rd and inches, as give him a gain of 11 plus on that. Needed the full 12, though. The nose of the football basically touching the 45, which is where the first down marker is. 8:38 here to go on the Central Maine Community College scoreboard. Scoreless here. Quick turnaround. That's going to be Buxton heading to that right side. Gets through the first line of defense. Stiff arm. Still on his feet. The 45. Finally flung down near the 40, as that's a big first down and a big carry for Dom Buxton.
He's a great runner. Again, he gets to the outside. I think he came down on his hand. He's got a little bit of a problem with the hand. Let's see if that plays out. But he's over on the bench, and he requires some treatment.
Either way, give him, let's see, they were just shy of the 40, so give him 21 yards on that one. They're going to be 1st and 10 here on now the Winslow 40. Turnaround handoff there to Cooper Bork. He sweeps through, now tries to cut back, wrapped up there, finally spun down, but not before he picks up the first down as he goes down at about the 28.
He's the only senior back. The rest of them are juniors. We're going to see him again next year. This is a team to be reckoned with, not only this year, but next year.
And that's a scary proposition because this team has been big time running over their schedule to start this season. So they officially mark Bork down at 29, still first down carry. So first and 10 here from the Winslow 29.
AJ, we mentioned run, but Cal Moody, number 12, the quarterback, he can throw it.
Moody going to turn around, hand it up to Potter and up the gut, and Winslow does a nice job stiffening it up. And Potter maybe got a half a football length there as he ran into a lot of contact, actually ran into one of his offensive lines, as you can see on the Mid-State Machine instant replay.
Now, here's a team that calls their offensive plays from the sideline, and they take the 30, 25, 30 seconds to come in and out. One of these teams that get it all together on the sidelines.
So give Potter, they officially gave him one. They marked him down at the 28, so 2nd and 9 here for the Wells Warriors. Quarterback under center again, going to turn around, hand off to a new running back. That's Albright trying to sweep to the right side. Not a ton of space as he's going to get down to about the 25.
And Buxton has reemerged. He's got tape on his wrist. I think he got stung on his wrist, AJ, but tough kid, he's back in.
Keep an eye on that because, of course, ball security always going to be important. And they mark Albright down at the 21, so give him a gain of just 2. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 here.
Wells obviously 4 down territory. I think they were once they got the ball, honestly.
For sure this deep, they absolutely are. A little confusion here as they broke the huddle and they go right back into it.
And they may not get this off. They're inside 10 seconds.
Moody under center.
Got to hurry. Nope, didn't get it off.
And they will take the timeout here to save from the 5-yard penalty. So it'll be 3rd and 7. Deep inside Winslow territory. Wells with the ball. When we come back, we'll take a quick timeout. Scoreless still. And you are listening and watching to high school football on The Score.
The safety of you and your family. 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta-Vassalboro line.
Scoreless here as the Wells Warriors are driving on their first offensive possession called timeout to save from a delay of game. They're facing a 3rd and 7 from the 26-yard line of the Winslow Black Raiders. Man comes in motion. They're going to fake the pitch instead.
Nice.
Hand off to Buxton. Buxton powering his way through. Going to be near the first down, but I don't think he got it.
No, he certainly didn't get it. Nice misdirection play by Wells. Winslow defensively, the secondary came up and made the tackle short of the first down, and how big a stop would this be?
Buxton by as they gave him about the length of the football, so it's going to be 4th and inches here as Buxton picked up 6+ when they needed 7. But again, a lot of running back talent. Potter behind. Coming in motion is Bork. Instead, they're going to hand to Big Potter, and he's going to power through and get all the way down to about the 17. Easily picks up that first down.
Well, defensively, Winslow's looking good. That would have been a big stop, but let's see if they can get back to a good 4th down situation here. We haven't seen the ball in the air, but again, they do like to throw the ball. Cal Moody has 4 passing touchdowns. Not a lot, but he can throw the ball.
1st and 10 from the 17 as Wells is just pushing their way through. Going to turn around. Potter's going to get it again. He gets tripped up. Might have stepped on one of his own offensive linemen.
I think you're right, AJ. He gets those knees up high, and I think he lost his balance running over number 77.
Yeah, it looks like Bryce Curley there got kind of pushed back, ended up stepping on him, falling forward for, we'll call it a yard.
Winslow defense, you got to credit them right now. They're bending a little bit, but they haven't broken.
2nd and 9 here from the 16 for the Wells Warriors. Quick snap, going to turn around. Buxton sweeping to that right side, cuts it back. 10, trying to bounce outside. 5, touchdown, easily done as Buxton goes untouched 16 yards into the end zone.
Upright runner squared his shoulders up to the end zone like good runners do. You'll see it right here. And there's nothing except end zone as he takes the ball to the house untouched.
And you aren't kidding. He likes to sweep off that right side.
Good kicker right here.
Snap down, kick is up, and good. So with the Will Buxton, touchdown run, that makes it 7-0. Wells strikes first on their offensive possession. How does Winslow respond? We'll find out when we come back. You're listening and watching high school football on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin with you as Wells strikes first on the 16-yard touchdown run by Dom Buxton.
10-play drive. It was a polite touchdown. Let's call it that. It wasn't one of those that Winslow didn't play well. They did. But that's a good offensive team they're playing today.
Good kick yet again. This time Hardy's going to catch it at about his 2. Coming up the center here at the 20. Chops his feet and immediately gets hit as he's going to go down at about the 22 of Winslow.
That just gave me indigestion where he got hit right in the chest. How about you? Ouch.
Didn't feel good.
Nope.
High school sports on The Score brought to you by Connected Credit Union. Building lifelong relationships. Get connected, stay connected. And KVFCU invested in you. So second possession for Winslow here, looking to respond now, trailing 7-0 against the Wells Warriors. They officially put him down at that 22. So Tucker Parmelo with his second drive comes out, 1st and 10 from his own 22.
Need a first down. Can't have another 3 and out.
Going to turn around, pitch to Hobby, double handoff to Fortin going the other way, and he is going to fall forward, but maybe just for 2.
Well, again, out of that double wing, that's one of the more electrifying plays there when you get a double handoff or a double pitch. But again, the success of this offense is you've got to be able to get to the outside against this Wells team. They're solid up front. You've got to get players to the outside, get a block downfield, and spring someone for a first down.
And you saw there on the Mid-State Machine, it's a replay, just kind of no push as Wells was able to stymie the offense coming up off the snap. 2nd and 8 here. From the 24, Parmelo under center again in tight at wing T. Going to turn around, throw a little slant. That one's tipped at the line of scrimmage. And credit on the Wells defense getting his hand up was 88. Cody Haynes knocking that one down. Like the call there from Winslow, something a little quick, pretty easy throw, but a nice job at the end realizing he's not going to get there. I'm just going to put a big bear mid up.
That's exactly right. That's great coaching right there to have that defensive line stick those paws up. And that's a tough throw if Tucker Parmelo does not get out of the pocket.
3rd and 8. Winslow facing a 3rd and long, pretty much from the exact same spot of the field. And here a new formation as they're going to go 5 wide, and Fortin, the running back, is going to take the snap.
Love it.
Fortin takes the snap. He's going to bootleg out to his right. Got some space, trying to bounce it outside. He's at the 30, 35, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at about the 37.
Now, AJ, you talked about trick plays. They spread the offense, give the quarterback the ball. You'll see the blocks downfield. That's exactly what they've got to do. Get outside, get blocks downfield, get the first down.
Fortin ends up going out at the 39, so give him 15 on that one, and more importantly, a first down on a 3rd and long.
Now go back to slowing the game down again. They're spread again, and we've got a timeout or a stop clock. Now,
No, spread formation going to hand out to Bimpson. Bimpson has to shake off a tackle in the backfield and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, tough play right there. That middle was clogged right from the get-go. But both officials signals clock stop. I don't know why.
Fortin did run out of bounds. A good favorable spot there for Bimpson. They put him up on the 40, so give him a gain of 1. We've seen that 2-by-2 shotgun spread formation a little bit this season. More so, I think, just to give a different look to the run game, not as much throw. But Winslow going to the bag of tricks a little early. So they're going to come out again. Hobby and Fortin, the two man in the slots that you need to watch.
Just make sure you get 7 on the line, which they do.
Fortin's going to get the handoff, sweeping to the left side. Got a block out there. Lowers his shoulder. Big hit there as he goes across the 45.
You got to love that because they are getting to the outside, but most importantly is that they're getting blockers in front of them. And their angles, AJ, their blocking angles are excellent.
They're going to put Fortin all the way up at the 48, so give him 8 and makes this a very manageable 3rd and 1 for the Winslow Black Raiders.
Certainly 4-down territory.
Winslow taking a long huddle, like you said. Don't expect them to move anywhere in a hurry. They're looking to chew on that clock. 3rd and 1 here from the 48. Got to get to the 49. Harmelo's going to go back under center, and they're just going to give him the Philly special Winslow style, and he's going to get more than one. He's still out there. Handful of jersey. Finally, he gets spun down, but not before he crosses midfield, as making sure he didn't get away was Big Cody Haynes yet again, but Harmelo powers through, ends up picking up 4.
Gets those legs going and that leg drive and the tush push, as it was called. I'm not sure there was much tush push there, but good leg drive.
A nice formation. They stacked out 2 receivers either side, and Fortin just gave Parmelo that push. 1st and 10, 1:42 here to go. Wells up 7-0 on Winslow. They're 1st and 10 now in Wells territory for the first time. Spread formation, 2-by-2. Hansan Hobby comes in motion. He's going to get it, and we're going to get a whistle as this one's blown dead. False start against the Black Raiders.
Not sure what Mr. Referee saw on that. It looked pretty clean, and I like the call. The spread offense looks good. I believe it's something that Wells has not seen. Defensively, you'll see a lot of head scratching over there as they do something to stop this.
So back him up 5, 1st and 15 here for Winslow. And these are the type of things, 5 yards may not seem like a lot, but again, Winslow, I think, has slim margin for error today, and giving up 5 yards, not ideal. But 1st and 15 as they now back up into their own side of the field, their own 47.
I like the downfield blocks, AJ. One's going to materialize into a touchdown.
Parmelo takes a snap of the shotgun, drop back, looking to throw, looking deep right side, going to go to for Fortin on the far sideline, and what a catch by Liam Fortin!
One of the better catches you're going to see all year. Hauled in over the shoulder. Both officials agree. He got a foot in.
Oh, yeah, a little bobble there, but he gathered before he stepped out of bounds. Thought that was overthrown, had a tough angle on it. Fortin goes, though, from his own 47. They put him out at the 20, so give him 33 yards on that one and a monster play for the Winslow Black Raiders.
Exactly. They're in this ball game, a little bit of fire, but most importantly, they've got some confidence.
1st and 10 here from the 20. Snap, man in motion's Fortin. Instead, they're going to hand off the other way to Bimpson, and he's going to get hit hard at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, my goodness. Paid the price on that one. Number 79, William Martinez, came up and just flattened the ball carrier.
Wells reminding Winslow, hey, we can pound it along with you. 2nd and, we'll call it 10. It may be loss of a half, but we'll call it 2nd and a long 10.
Like the pace right here, AJ. Good pace.
I believe Winslow going to have to run one more play here as we're now under 30 seconds to go with a running clock in the first quarter. Parmelo in the shotgun, Bempson to his right, 2 and 2 receivers. 19 seconds, no rush. Parmelo takes a snap, dropping back, looking to throw, looking left, now looks to his right, throws it on the near sideline, looking for Fortin. That is deflected, and that is going to be incomplete. That will stop the clock with about 12 seconds here to go in the first, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Winslow.
Kevin Bolduc for Wells, great big-time play, got a hand in on it at the last moment. Well-thrown ball.
Let's see what Winslow has.
Hey, Tucker Parmelo's throwing the ball well.
That pass to Fortin, very good throw.
Yeah, doesn't get any better than that.
Called 3rd and 10 here from the 20. Man comes in motion, it's Fortin. They're going to hand it to him on the sweep, trying to get to the left side. Cuts it back, not a ton of room there, and he's probably going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe actually give him officially that yard. Either way, it's the last play of the first quarter. So Winslow will be facing a 4th and long when we come back. But after 1, Wells Warriors 7, Winslow Black Raiders 0. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack-of-all-trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, or a farmer, or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin with you here on The Score as Winslow now faces a 4th and long. We'll officially give Fortin 1 yard on that carry, so it's going to be 4th and 9 on the 20 here. Fortin in that spread formation, and we're going to get a stoppage as Winslow didn't have enough time in the break. They're going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Real quick, remind you that high school sports on The Score is brought to you by Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees where cars and trucks cost you less, online at cmautogroup.com. And Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together we can make a difference. At the end of this game, we'll all put our heads together and pick the Flagship Cinemas give the Flagship Cinema swag bag to the player of the game. Flagship Cinemas, consistent pricing and a premium cinema experience. Swag bag comes with the bag from CMCC, the Flagship Cinemas ticket, the Score t-shirt, and that Score player of the game keychain. All right, Coach, what do you like in this situation?
Well, I like the fact that the wind is going to aid them now in this pass play. So look for a pass play that, I'll tell you right now, he's been very successful throwing the ball, but now he's got the wind.
So we'll call 4th and 9 at the 19. Parmelo now in the shotgun, takes a snap, looking left, going to unload, going to the end zone. Miscommunication there. That one just gets chucked to nobody, and that is going to be a turnover on downs for the Black Raiders.
Not yet. We've got roughing the passer, late flag coming out, and that's going to be a good play for Winslow.
That is a break then for the Black Raiders. I was looking at the footballs. That one, miscommunication as Hardy and I believe it was Fortin ran crossing routes, and it just sort of fell in the middle of them. Actually lucky it wasn't intercepted, but good eye, Coach. So roughing the passer, puts the ball all the way up on the 10.
That should be an automatic first down as well.
I believe you're correct, Coach. Yeah, yes. That's what the sideline refs tell him, automatic first down. Good call, Coach.
Thank you.
So 4th down, new life for Winslow. First and, actually curious here, are they going to call it goal to go?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So 1st and goal to go from the 10. So they've got the full 10 to go.
Need some points, Coach, right here.
Parmelo in the shotgun, 2-by-2, Bimson to his right.
They've become a passing team.
Comes in trying to sweep it outside. Really got to bounce that one out. Going to lower his head and take a big shot. He is going to, I think, lose a yard, Hassan Hobby.
Is that what it looks like when you run into a rock wall?
Oof. If not, they're not much different. Again, Haney stringing that one out. He was the defensive end stringing that one out before that big hit on the sideline. And yet we're gonna say that's a loss of a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 11 now for Winslow.
You know, you run the spread and you continue to run the spread. Wells is starting to get a little bit of an indication what the spread does. Might go back to the double wing.
We will get you your first quarter breakdown here at the conclusion of this drive. Back to the double wing, turn around, quick hand up to Bimson. Parmelo didn't want to give it up. No. Bimson then took it away, and he's going to get up to the 10 and get back to about the original line of scrimmage and not much more. Real quick, your first quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service. Pretty simple, just one touchdown to go over as Dom Buxton rumbled untouched from 16 yards out. That was the only score of the game as Winslow got a drive going and sort of melted the clock. But that is your first quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984.
Parmelo attacks the defensive end, which he did. The defensive end went with the ball carrier. Parmelo tried to pull the ball out and attack the end, couldn't get it out.
Bimson just snagged that one up and took off with it. So 3rd and 10 here from the 10. 3rd and goal from the 10. Shotgun snap. Parmelo looking right side. Got a man open. It hung up there, and missed him. Little outbreaking route there looking for Costigan, and Costigan was open, just needed more zip on that, and he had him instead. Just kind of airmails that to the back corner.
Well, 4th down, I'm not quite certain do they have a kicker here?
Hassan Hobby, the running back, or one of the tailbacks, actually pretty good kicker. Had a game-winning field goal last season.
Well, get some points on the board, however you can do it.
Coach looks like you're going to do the opposite. On that first drive deep, you wanted them to go for it. They punt. Here you say take the points. The offense stays on the field.
Well, they're knocking on the door anyways.
So we'll call this 4th and goal from the 10. They need the full 10. They're going to pack it in tight. Turn around, fake head off to Bimson. Rolling out. Looking for a tight end. Got him. Too wide. Good defense there from Wells. As in tight on the coverage for the Wells Warriors was Riley Murphy, who made that a real tough catch. Looked like on the initial outbreak they were going to have him, but instead Winslow turns it over on downs.
But I love the play call. I mean, you're seeing some different formations. Nicholas McCann was open underneath. He had his eyes set on the deep ball. But Winslow right now is doing some things offensively. But now they got to do it defensively.
So now the Warriors take over their second offensive possession. Got to go 90 yards. Quick snap. They're going to turn around, hand it to Buxton. He's going to sweep to that left side. He gets through at the 20, and a lot of green grass in front of him. 50, 45, 35, 25, 15. Wrapped up, and he's going to go down just at the 5.
88 yards. Wow.
Credit to Liam Fortin for sticking with that one, because once he got past the 25, that looked like it was going to be 6. Instead, Fortin finally catches up to him, and they're going to mark him down 1 yard short. So give him 89 yards, but not a house call for Don Buxton.
Coach, you're going to give it to him again? He's exhausted. You're going to let him score it?
I think he's definitely earned it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go to Potter here to just kind of muscle this one in. Huge run by Buxton there, sets up Wells, and such a backbreaker for Winslow.
Oh, you're right.
So they're going to come out. Moody under center, right behind him is Potter. Turn around, hand it off to the big Potter, who runs over a defender and scores.
Jeez. Someone just called the police on that. My goodness. Is that allowed?
Potter just ran over Garcia, who tried to lower his shoulder there for the 1 yard touchdown, as now Wells goes up 13-7 with the extra point pending.
That was quite a hit.
That was a monster hit. Hoping for some luck here. Maybe Winslow can get a blocked extra point. Wells looking to go up 14-0. Snap down. Hold is good. Kick up. And it is good. So with that and the 1 yard bulldozing run of Eli Potter, Wells now finds himself up 2 scores on a 2-play drive. 14-0. Wells on top of Winslow. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257. 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin. I'm going to call you Coach Coughlin because that's
Please.
what Mike's calling you.
Yep.
You've done a little bit of everything. I'd call you AD Coughlin, too, if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could call me Chimney Sweep, AD John, too. Hey, listen, that is a backbreaker. I mean, Winslow played great defense. They were knocking on the door. Everybody in this crowd says, we're in this game. Eli Potter didn't think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don Buxton, 89 yards, and then Potter finishes it off. That the line drive, Hardy catches it, and then the bad luck continues for Winslow as he stumbles and falls, and that is not even going to be at the 10-yard line.
Now, that's a tough break for Winslow. You know, and we saw Winslow do this against Foxcroft, obviously a better team than Winslow this year. But Winslow started making mistakes, and everybody started compounding the mistakes. This is something Winslow has to learn right now to go back to their game plan and get back in this ball game.
So they officially mark him down. Look like the 9.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 here from Winslow, the 9. They just have to go 91 yards. No small task there. Going to come out in that tight pack formation. They're just going to go to that Philly special once again and give Parmelo a push to pick up some breathing room. Still a giant scrum.
I like it.
Parmelo never actually went down, but they finally blew it dead. Looks like, I would guess, wow. Okay, they're going to give him 2. They're going to put him on the 11.
Yeah, I think progress was stopped then. The Wells players stopped.
That's fair.
And then Parmelo kept his legs going as he stopped.
So, 2-yard gain on first down makes it 2nd and 8. Winslow trailing 14-0 here with just under 10 minutes to go in the first half on the Central Maine Community College scoreboard.
You need some lightning in a bottle here, AJ.
You thought you had it in that Fortin catch, but they just couldn't close it out. 2nd and 8 here. Man comes in motions, Fortin. They're going to turn around, pitch it to him, trying to sweep side.
Good
cuts
block.
back, had some space, but Wells does a nice job collapsing that down at the second level. As you watch the Mid-State Machine instant replay. Nice seal there. He cuts it upfield, but again, good follow-up pursuit to that hole.
That's it. It's the defensive pursuit. There's more numbers in the white shirts than there are the black shirts.
Still a really good gain for Fortin. Put him down at the 18.
Okay, AJ, 4-down territory.
Gosh, it's so deep, but at some point, right, you feel like if you just don't manufacture some more possessions, Wells going to get away from you.
That's right. Doesn't matter if you lose by 60 or 6.
So they put him down at 16, correction, so they give him a 5. Turn around, they're going to do the handoff inside and just a scrum of bodies. Actually, I lost it. I'm not sure who had that.
Yeah, I'm not either. The ball was handed.
Yeah, you see there, Bimpson, I thought, had it, and instead it looks like, is that Hobby?
I believe it was, and I think he may have lost control, started to get it back, but was hit. Well, I don't know, Coach, now, but I guess they're going to punt it.
Bimpson, I think, just got pushed back.
I mean,
give him a loss of a yard.
Realistically, you're going to gain maybe 10, 20, 25 yards at most with the punt.
So Bimpson loses a yard. That fake fooled us. They're going to punt here. Bottom snap, drop. Parmelo gets it up and then kicks it off the top of his foot. Going to get a friendly roll to bail him out here a little bit as it finally rolls and goes out of bounds just past the Winslow 46.
And again, a short punt, great field position for Wells.
And you see there as you see the reaction to coming off of dropping it, having to pick it up, kicks it off the top of his foot on our Mid-State Machine instant replay. Mid-State Machine looking for a career. Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Thank you to them. Instant replay bails me out a ton. 1st and 10, 2 possessions previously for Wells, 2 touchdowns. They start short field here. Man comes in motion. They fake it.
Got him.
Going to roll out. They've got a deep pass down. Nice catch by Potter. He's got space to work at the 20, and he's finally going to go out of bounds at about the 18.
Great play fake. A great play fake by the quarterback. Cal Moody tucked the ball into Potter's hands, took it away, found a wide open man on the seam route.
Nice job there. Nice little layered throw as well. And I take back, I said that was Potter. I was wrong. That was Godlin, Brady Godlin. So Godlin makes the big catch there. And they officially put him down at the 18, so give them 28 yards.
Last year, Wells lost their outstanding quarterback, senior Brooks Fox. This kid stepped in playing well.
And turnaround handoff here for Wells. And they're going to power through for another gain. It's taken that one is DeMauro.
You know, they've got 2 running backs that could possibly win the Fitzpatrick Award. But you know what? They've got 2 other running backs, too. And any of those kids, any high school would love to have, they've got all 4.
So from the 18, they get down to 11, so give a gain of 7 to the Wells Warriors on that one. So 2nd and we'll call it 3.
Just relentless.
Under center again, going to turn around. They're going to have the sweep running there as Carbonneau.
Nice.
Carbonneau tries to break through, still on his feet, shrugs off shoulder tackles, and he goes in from 12. Touchdown, Wells.
Carbonneau that time took the ball, looked upfield, had nothing where he wanted to go off tackle, took the ball to the outside, and I'll tell you what, again, here's another running back. Dominic Carbonneau, only a junior. Extra point attempt.
Snap down, kick up, kick good, and that makes it 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Carbonneau adds 6 more on this 12-yard run as he sweeps there, shrugs off a couple of tackles, and puts Wells up 21-0 on Winslow. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. Because every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin with you as well. Ashley Knight, Tyler, and Mary Rigney as well. The full crew here. Wells on top, 21-0. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. I believe 3 different players. Yes, 3 different players for the Warriors as well. As Winslow looking for a response with 6:44 here to go. Here's the kick. That is a low line drive. Hardy's going to get underneath it. Now he brings it up. He's in the center. 20. Trying to bounce outside. Had a lane there initially, and I think he got a little bit hesitant. Going to get up to the 30. But, man, he hits that hole hard. Feels like there was a lot more there for him.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he looked upfield, had a good seam, closed pretty quick, but he put his head down, ran through it.
High school sports on The Score brought to you by Manchester Motors, your Coyote tractor dealer. We dig dirt, and Central Maine Community College, more than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates. You can go to cmcc.edu because they've got one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Your future starts now. 1st and 10 from the 30. Winslow looking for a response here. Parmelo in the shotgun. 3 to the far side, wide side. Going to hand off to Bimpson up the gut, and he is going to run into number 55, who clogged up the middle there for the Warriors. That is Nathan Malloy, who said, "You are not going anywhere."
I walked the sidelines before the game, and Nathan Malloy was being taped. And I'm telling you, that kid stretched between 2 5-yard markers. He's a big, wide body, and he just loads up that middle.
So give Bimpson a gain of 1. So 2nd and 9, and Winslow's had a couple drives they've been able to sustain. Problem has been those 4th downs and long, deep in territory has not been able to figure out quite yet. 2nd and 9 here from the 31. Parmelo drops back, looking to pass, looking left, looking center. He's going to load up. He's got a man open. It's Hardy. It's short, and Buxton picks it off. Buxton at the 40 with space. He's at the 50, breaks the tackle. He's the Winslow 40, still on his feet. Winslow 30, and he is finally gang tackled there as Buxton got underneath that underthrown ball and made a big return for the Warriors.
Ball looked pretty good out of the hand, but I think the air got something to do with that, AJ, and Buxton did. He picked the ball off, and he turned running back and took everybody to take him down.
Which, as we've already seen, he's gone 89 yards one way, so he gets the ball in his hands. He can do something with it. Buxton now making plays on both sides as he picks up the interception and sets up the Warriors in great field position there at the Winslow 30.
Watch for the play fake again.
Moody under center, going to turn around, fakes it. Good call, rolling, looking backside. Got a man in the open field, gets behind the defense, and he overthrew him.
The one-back set they love, and they love the play fake, and they do it so well. Moody that time looked downfield. I think the wind, again, AJ, took the ball because it looked like a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, I'm with you. They did a nice job, Moody did with his eyes. He sold that he was going to throw that out in the flat. Murphy got behind everybody, and then it just sort of carried on him. Call that the one lone misplay thus far for Wells. 2nd and 10 here from the Winslow 30. Moody under center, going to turn around, hand it off to Buxton, sweeping left side. He's got space, 25, stiff arm there, lowers his shoulder, pushed out of bounds, just past the 20. Buxton should have a 1st down.
And a great lead block by number 77, Bryce Curley, downfield. And, boy, the blockers get downfield so well, AJ, and they maintain their blocks.
As you saw, there's a late at the end of that one, a pancake that was finished that even Buxton took note of. So they they give him a 1st down. They're standing right there on the 20, so give him 10 flat. So 10 yards for Buxton gives a new set of downs to the Warriors. They're driving again.
And other than the late hit on the quarterback, they're error-free.
Moody under center, going to pitch it out. That's a new running back. That's Bolduc. Bolduc going to the left side is
Do we have that?
No, we do not, unfortunately.
Well,
Far sideline. That was a big finish block by Keegan Roberge, who took a defender all the way to the Wells sideline.
Well, again, I said they extend their blocks and maintain them downfield onto the sidelines as well.
Not to get distracted, Bolduc, finished with 5 yards on that one, so they put him up at the 15, 2nd and 5 from there for Wells.
And 4 down territory.
Moody's going to come out under center. Potter behind him. Turns around, fakes, hand off to Potter. Now they're going to hand it off.
Yep.
Sweeping to the right side, lower in the shoulder, finally down, but not before the first down. That was Albright again.
Yeah, and I think you're going to have a hold there. It appears that a little bit of the shirt on a Winslow player.
Take a look and see what we could see on the mid-state machine. It's a replay.
Right at the end. Not much of one, but
either way, Winslow will take it because that would have been a first down there, I think at about the 5. Instead, they're going to put them back at the 20. So back to the original line of scrimmage.
No panic in Wells. I mean,
so they'll redo 2nd and 10 here on a net loss of 5 yards. 2nd and 10 here, but the Winslow 20 for the Wells Warriors. Moody's going to come out in the shotgun. He's got Buxton to his left, Potter to his right, dropping back to throw. Looking, screen pass to Potter in the center, tons of space. He's going to bounce out the right side, breaks a tackle there, now cuts back inside, wrapped up by a ton of Winslow Black Raiders, and he's going to go down just short of the goal line.
Well, I'll tell you what, that kid's got a nose for the goal line. He wasn't going to stop. You see it on the replay. Legs still go, turns upfield, squares the shoulders right here, and lunges towards the end zone. He's just short.
I think Potter could have gone to the bounce to the outside and actually finished that off, instead cut back inside.
We got another penalty back in the offensive backfield. Not sure what that's going to be.
I believe it's against Winslow as the sideline. You see Tyler show the sideline ref pointing that way. We'll see what the head ref says here.
Late hit? Face mask? Not sure. Yeah. Yep.
Personal foul against Winslow. Missed that one, so that would be half the distance to the goal. They've got him on the 1. I think that means he got down to the 2, so give him 18, 1 yard on the penalty. Turnaround, Potter finishes it off as he dives forward for the 1 yard touchdown.
Clean-looking play, up the gut. Been there all day for him. Will continue to be all there as Potter just takes the ball and drives it into the end zone.
So Potter picks up 18 on the catch. They get a penalty, a free yard, and Potter dives in from 1 to finish that off. So here looking for the extra point as Wells looks to extend the lead by an extra point. Snap down, hold good, kick up, kick is in.
Effortless.
That makes it 28-0. Wells in full control of this one now off the second touchdown run of Eli Potter. You are listening and watching the High School Sports on The Score. We'll be back after this.
Refi your ride at Connected Credit Union. Lower your current rate by as much as 1.5% and earn up to $300 cash back when you refinance your auto or recreational loan with us. This offer ends November 15th. Contact our loan team today for your best deal or apply online at connectedcreditunion.org. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA. Member eligibility required. Consult with a loan officer for more information.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin here with you in Winslow at Jerry Poulin Memorial Field, and Wells in full control of this one. They've had 4 possessions. They've had 4 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Winslow still looking to crack that goose egg. They'll have 4:21 to work with. Both teams have burned a timeout. So we will see what the Black Raiders can come up with on this next possession.
You know, this is when coaching really occurs, AJ. I mean, Winslow's going to make the playoffs. They're down 28-0 to one of the better teams. You want this team to get better. Coaching is very important.
Bimpson takes it from the 4, splits through and had a seam there and just got tripped up. Nice return there from Bimpson, as you're going to see here. Yet again, that's 2 straight kick returns. Felt like there was a seam there and just not enough time as Bimpson here splits through that initial wave and just gets tied up. Credit there because being blocked was Bork, who ended up, that was DeMauro who was being blocked but ended up getting a hand on Bimpson. It was enough to knock him down.
Yeah, he was headed to the races. Great return.
30-yard line, 1st and 10 Winslow. 4:14 to work with in the first half. They are trailing 28-0. Parmelo under center. They're packed in tight. He's going to turn around. He's looking for a little flare out, and he throws it wide of his tight end.
I'm going to tell you, the MO on Winslow is you pack the box with them and dare them to throw. I like this. I think that this team can get better, showing that they can, or at least will try to throw the ball.
Looking for Noah Harding there. Just a little flare out. Wasn't going to be much, minus him making a spectacular broken tackle. So that stops the clock. 2nd and 10, 4:12 here to go in the first half.
That's the unfortunate, is that it does stop the clock when it's incomplete and you're trailing by 4 touchdowns against a superior team.
Parmelo going to go back under center, packed in tight yet again. Man coming in motions. Fortin, we get a whistle beforehand, and I think we're going to get offsides on Wells.
Yep, lined up in the neutral zone, and it was on the other side of the line, and that line judge can't help work with the guy because he's over by the stakes.
So 5 freebies from the Warriors defense, now going to make this 2nd and 5. Ball moves up to the 35. They're going to stay packed in tight. Parmelo under center. Fortin comes in motion. They're going to hand off to him. Double hand off to Hobby, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he goes nowhere.
Take too long. That took a little bit too long to develop. As you saw the flow go one way, but there wasn't enough of a fake. And, boy, defensively, they stood their ground nicely.
They stood up at the point of attack, and that's going to be 2 offensive plays run. No gain, 5 yards given by the defense. 3rd and 5 for the Black Raiders from their own 35. They're going to come in, packed in tight yet again. Parmelo's going to go under center. Bempson behind him. Turns around, going to fake the handoff to Fortin. Look, he's got his tight end wide open down the field, and it's picked off. A nice play there as undercutting that one was Murphy. Murphy looking for a return, cuts back, got a lot of green grass on that far sideline. 20, cuts it up, 10, 5, juke, touchdown. Murphy takes it back to the house.
If you want to see how to play defense in the secondary, that's it right there.
There's a flag on the play, which I imagine is going to be a block in the back. Murphy, though, a heck of a return there as he made it look easy late. Going to see what the call is. I'm imagining this will wipe off 6.
Well, it's kind of interesting because the play went by that official into the end zone, and there was no flag. And then after a lot of concern by some of the Winslow players, he did throw it. And the Wells coach is out there saying, what's all that about? The player was pushed, but I thought the defensive player turned his back. Not sure if we have that, AJ, or not, but I thought the defensive player for Winslow turned his back as he was pushed. But the official thought it was a block in the back.
So negates the touchdown. Still going to be the turnover here. As Wells is now 2 interceptions, going to get the ball at the 25. So as opposed to going up 6, they're going to have the short field here. We'll take a quick look again as you see the return.
Yeah.
There's a long replay here, and based on so they said it happened about the 15.
Yeah, it's behind that play. There was a player push.
Parmelo right there. Yeah.
Ticky-tack.
Snap here. Moody's going to throw it. Center's got his tight end wide open, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and he will carry the defender in the end zone. That is Cody Haynes, who has had a heck of a first half defensively and now offensively.
Cal Moody is the real deal. I mean, he laid that in there nice, and it's not the only one we've seen him throw well. Cal Moody is a great quarterback.
That was a nice little throw up the seam as Haynes was able to just carry the defender Garcia with him. And now, pending an extra point, that's going to be 35-0, 35 unanswered.
The Magic 35.
Kick is up, kick is through, and the kick is good. So after a 25-yard touchdown catch by Cody Haynes, Wells now in firm control as they have come and really quieted this crowd. 35-0, Wells on top of Winslow. We'll be back on The Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
You are listening and watching high school sports on The Score. Wells in firm control of this one, 35-0 over Winslow, as they've now forced turnovers, and when they get the ball, they score touchdowns.
You think?
Here's a line drive. Bimpson bounces off his right hand, still trying to track it down the 5. Finally picks it up. He's going to be swarmed by Wells defenders. Going to take a lot of work here. Breaks one tackle, can't break the second. He's going to go down at about the 10. Is that just sort of, I think, what you talked about, Coach, where maybe not so much an error, but the pressure and the unsharpness puts you in a bigger hole to have to dig out of.
Well, they've lost their focus. I mean, they came in with a game plan, and actually, I thought they played very well that first period. But, again, Wells can just beat you so many ways.
There's a lot of weapons, and we're seeing them show up defensively and offensively. And yet again, Winslow's going to have to go the length of the field, 90 yards to pay dirt. They've got 2 timeouts and 3 minutes to work with, but have struggled to close out drives and now have struggled to protect the ball. Parmalo's going to be under center. They're packed in tight. Man in motion is Fortin. They're going to pitch it out that way as he sweeps, tries to get around the edge. That is strung out, but he's still able to gain 5 or 6, and that is a late hit, and you're going to see the flag come out.
It needs to be a late hit because this one could get very testy. And credit to the official to keep this under control.
That an easy call, and what you hate to see is also Fortin, as Tyler's showing you working our camera today.
Yep.
Fortin's still down, and that just was unnecessary.
Yeah, you know, you may get some substitutes in at this stage of the game, and, you know, they want to play and they want to show the coaches. So watch for that as Wells starts to empty their bench.
A bit of confusion here. They got to find where they marked it up. So give Fortin a gain of 7, and then 15 tacked on for the penalty. We'll give him the first down. And Tyler, I don't know if you could see Fortin still down, or did he hop up?
I think he's still down.
I hate to see that.
Yeah, he's leaning against the post. He's going to be addressed down there for sure. What a horrible situation for Winslow to be in right now. I mean, they've got an offense that you can't score a lot of points for them. You're down 35. It's not halftime yet. Thank God for running time in the second half.
For Winslow now, waiting to see as Fortin is being attended to again. Late hit there by Buxton as that was well out of bounds. Took him to the ground there near the sideline. They've got those posts up that sort of mark as security, and also you can see the dirt. I think a little bit less forgiving than the field itself.
Yep.
1st and 10 here for Winslow as they're going to take this one from the 32. Man in motion, going to go to Bimpson up the gut, and Bimpson is going to run into a whole lot of red helmets who are not very polite.
Big boys, very athletic.
They are not going to let him go anywhere. In fact, they're going to say, excuse me, I think you need to back up.
Yep.
So Bimpson will be held to no gain on that one. 2nd and 10 for Winslow. 2:35 here to go in the first half. They're on their own 32.
You know, that Wells, they may not finish number 1 because you've got a Winthrop team that's also undefeated in Class D South, and they play the last game of the season. That would be a game to see right there. Winner of that will certainly be number 1.
That's a good we'll be looking forward to seeing that. So Winslow takes a timeout. You see Fortin good standing up on his own powers. Looks like they're checking his side, so glad to see him standing up. We'll keep it here as Winslow goes to the huddle. And let you know that high school sports on the Score is brought to you by Height Chevrolet. Our family is here for your family. And computer improvements, from sales of computers and accessories to service, we are your go-to computer store. We are all over the place in Winslow today. Sunday is our lone day off, but all next week you can find us all over the place. Like I said, Monday we'll be up at Brewer as Nokomis. That's wrong. It's Mount Ararat travels to Brewer for field hockey. Nokomis takes on Coney Tuesday for field hockey.
That's a biggie.
That is a big one. And, of course, you can find the schedule, centralmainsports.com, 1160thescore.com, 1160thescore on social media. You can find YouTube. The streams are scheduled out ahead of time. Just make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. Central Maine Sports on YouTube. 2nd and 10 here for Winslow from their 32. Parmalo now in the shotgun. Benson to his left, 2x2. Drops back, looking to throw. Little short there for Hobby. That's inside, and a nice defensive play by Potter. Not the best throw from Parmelo. In fact, great play by Hobby to prevent that from being intercepted.
Yeah, he needed to throw that away from the defensive pressure, but the ball was inside, and Potter got a hand on it. Kids everywhere.
Nice play there by Potter. Again, potentially could have been an interception. Hobby did a nice job of that, and we got another flag.
Yeah, that's a late hit, I believe, personal foul. And right now, the officials are gaining yards for Winslow.
Yeah, good call. That's 15-yard variety. So even though it's going to be 3rd and 10, going to be 1st and 10 now here for Winslow. Is Wells not showing, I would think, the class that their record should reflect, picking up some of these fouls here late. No. 1st and 10 from the 46 is where they mark it. Parmelo in the shotgun again. Drops back, looking left side, looking near side. Comeback route there, caught by Hardy. Nice tackles. He's wrapped up by Buxton, and he's finally spun down. I think forward progress is going to give him, I think, the Wells 47.
Yeah, a little bit short, but a well-timed throw and a nice ball.
Actually, they're going to give him a pretty favorable spot. That's going to be at the Wells 46. So give him 8 on that one. 8 to Alex Hardy, his first touch of the game. So 2nd and 2 here for Winslow. 1:49 to go in the first half. They're trailing 35-0. Have one timeout in their pocket.
When Tucker Pomelo is given some time, AJ, he throws the ball pretty good.
He's going to need to here. 2nd and 2. He takes the snap and shotgun again. He's under pressure. He's going to throw it up sideline, and that one's going to be easily caught there, as that was just a panic throw as he was under pressure, and it falls right into the hands of, that is Alex Albright.
Well, that was not a good decision right there. Pressure was on, and backed up that time, lost sight of the receiver, knew he was somewhere in that area and just lofted it up, AJ. Wells is all over that.
And again, this is why when you talk about what Wells wanted to do in the pregame, getting Winslow out of their game plan, you know they want to run the ball, and these are the results. You see a passing attack that's not as sharp as their running attack. There's another turnovers force. 1:29 here to work with. Moody goes under center for Wells. He's going to turn around, double handoff there. It's going to end up in the hands of DeMario. He bounces out left side. He's got a block.
Nice.
Now cuts it to the far sideline, 45. 40, shove, breaks a hand tackle, 30. 20. He's got a convoy, and he is going to go all the way 61 yards for a touchdown, and there's a flag again.
If you're a Wells fan, you love it, but you don't like the penalties, and right now Wells are shooting themselves in the back.
Block in the back. Yet again, from the Wells Warriors offense, and this one looks like it was well near the beginning of the play because the original line of scrimmage was the 39. That's where the flag is down.
That's the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so that was close to it because the original line of scrimmage is the Wells 39. They've got it now back at the 31, which means that was just 2 yards downfield. So it's going to be 1st and 18 here, and tomorrow's 61-yard touchdown run wiped out.
Wells, unfazed. Let's do it again.
1st and 18 here from the 31. Turn around, double handoff. They're going to run to the exact same play. Tomorrow splits through the defense. He's got space to the far sideline. Has to cut it back. He's wrapped up there and finally taken down as he lost his footing a little bit, but they go to the exact same play, and there's another flag.
All right, this is getting out of hand now. I mean, the boys are playing football, but again, they ran the same play. They liked that play, that inside handoff.
So as it stands, it's a gain of 16.
That might be face mask.
Personal foul against Winslow. So give tomorrow 16, and then this is going to be the 15-yard variety. So that will be a first down.
AJ, you tracking those penalties? We've had a few in the last 5 minutes.
Ashley Knight is on stats. She will have those for us.
That official's calling it kind of tight.
I don't know that it's kind of tight. I think the game is. I think it's gotten a little bit egregious. I don't think it's tight. I think it's gotten rough. 39 for here. They're going to turn around, double handoff again. This time it's going to be Carbonneau. Carbonneau looks to cut in the center. He's got a block. He's going to push his way all the way down, untouched, 39 yards, touchdown Wells.
We've got another flag.
And again.
And holding against the offense and against Wells. And you know what? This is getting to be a comedy here.
That is the second touchdown this drive, second long touchdown that has been wiped off by a penalty. So the line of scrimmage again was the 39 of Winslow. Whew, them fighting words. They're going to put him back at the 45, so loss of 6 overall. It's going to be 1st and 16, as Wells has just run this motion sweep several times for big plays.
Eli Potter went around to every teammate and said, let's do it again.
Here we go, 1st and 16 from the 45.
They're just going to take a kneel and say, the heck with this. I'm done with the flags.
Surprised to see that. They still had timeouts in their pocket, but you're right. So Potter takes the knee. He's going to lose 2 yards on the knee, and that is how the first half is going to come to its conclusion. After a very penalty-filled end of this last 2 minutes, Wells still comfortably in control of this one. We will get you the second quarter breakdown and, of course, halftime brought to you by Hammond Lumber as we will go through the stats. 35-0, Wells on top at halftime. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher,
an HVAC technician,
pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect,
physical therapist,
I'm going to be a lawyer,
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor,
a machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer,
an athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin here with you at halftime in Winslow. Wells in firm control, 35-0 over the Black Raiders. And for your second quarter breakdown, brought to you by 201 Service. It was a slow first quarter, only one touchdown scored. Not the case in the second, as Potter punched it in from 1 yard. That was after the monster run by Buxton. Then Carbonneau took the sweep. He went in from 12 yards out for the Wells Warriors. Now it's 21-0. Wells, and then all of a sudden the interception started kicking in, and Winslow started giving extra possessions to the Warriors. Potter ended up finding his second touchdown of the day. Going to be a carbon copy of the first one as he punched that in from just 1 yard out, and then continuing to mix it up. Quarterback Cal Moody found his tight end, Mr. Haynes, who had a heck of a first half defensive zone. Cody Haynes goes in from 25 yards out. Punches that one in. That made it 35-0, and it could have been worse. Winslow got a couple breaks, had two very long touchdowns negated by penalties there before half, before Wells decided to take a knee and get out of there. But that is your second quarter breakdown, brought to you by 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. Halftime here, 35-0. We'll be back with the Hammond Lumber halftime report, which includes all the stats. After that, we'll get those to Coach Coughlin, who'll break them down for us. Next, you are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, Manufacturing Manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
At Haight Chevrolet in Skowhegan, our family is here for your family. And our family has been providing affordable, reliable transportation to families in central and western Maine for 113 years. You don't have that kind of longevity in the car business without building strong, trusting relationships with customers from one generation to the next. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned, financing, or special incentives, your shopping experience is always stress-free at Haight Chevy. Haight Chevrolet on Madison Avenue as you turn into Skowhegan. You'll also find the Haight family of dealerships in Madison and Farmington.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a bi-weekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Hi, this is Mike Perkins from KMD Driving School. I've been instructing your children in driver's ed for years. We're accepting new students for the fall and winter classes. Let the professionals teach your children. Call 465-4835. Sign them up for KMD Driving School. New classes begin every 3 weeks. Call 465-4835, 465-4835, or visit us online at kmddrivingschool.com. The journey begins with us. KMD Driving School.
Agent at John Coughlin here with you on the score. Halftime as Wells finds themselves up 35-0 over Winslow in Winslow. Halftime brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, HammondLumber.com. John, you've got stats. Talk to me. What do we got?
Well, there's a lot of stats here, but, you look at the rushing yards, and it's overwhelming. It's almost surreal. I mean, Potter has 142 yards rushing in the first half. He has one touchdown, and of those 142, 89 of them were on the long run. But they've all got 30, 40 yards. The thing I like about this, and it doesn't really show up on paper, is the quarterback, Cal Moody, AJ. I think this kid is the real deal. I know he did not start last year. They had an all-state quarterback who ran the show. This kid was a junior last year, but he's stepping in here, running the offense, and it's a complicated offense. But what he does well is he stabilizes the team and he throws well. He gives a primary running attack some credibility with the ability to throw the ball. That's what opens up those runners, because if there's too tight-fisted defensively, he's going to air it out, and he's got the receivers to do it. So statistically, I'm not even looking at yardage or passing here. Looking at the scoreboard, 35-0, and I'm concerned a little bit with Winslow. Here they are coming into this game, another big opponent. They come in with a game plan. It doesn't work. They haven't got the ability to score points in the second half. And now we are going to have a running time clock. But what do you do as a coach, AJ? How do you get them better in the second half? I think that's the critical point here.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Just wanted to go over the stats just to paint the picture for you. Buxton ended up with that 142 yards. He picked up 89, as you saw on the highlights we're running now. He's got one touchdown. Potter had 2 touchdowns. They've spread it around. Haney had a 25-yard touchdown catch. 3 interceptions for the defense as well. And frankly, for Winslow, could have been a lot worse because they had 3 total touchdowns negated by penalty, including 2 there before we close out the first half. And on the other side, I think the only one that's really stood out is Fortin. He got dinged up late there on the late hit. We hope to see him, though, with this game firmly in Warriors' control. Potentially he gets to take a breather. But to your point, I mean, I think you try to work on what you can work on. It's a long season, right? You don't want to. It's frustrating on your home field against a team. You've had a kind of a historic number of combats with, and especially deciding state championships. But at the end of the day, right, it's still a season. You may run into these guys again. You got to just continue to try and improve and I think figure out what you can figure out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of credibility to that. But when you see Winslow, when they come out in the second half, do they try to throw the ball to get back in the game, or do they go back to their double wing, do what they do well, and prepare for next week? I think it's the latter. And we've got a running clock in the second half. It will only stop on timeouts or scores or injuries. And, that's going to help Winslow a little bit. So I think you go back into the second half. You go back to your basic wing T offense. You run the ball up the middle. When you're forced to throw, you do that. But you don't try to air it out with a spread offense that is not going to be successful.
Thus far, then Winslow trying to play catch up, here in the first half has not worked. 3 interceptions for Parmelo. One of them almost a touchdown. Again, that was one of the touchdowns that was negated in the first half. 3 total for Wells. And I imagine we saw as we went to break some comments from the coach of the Wells sideline about some of those penalties. They took a knee and got out of here. I would think if you're Winslow, you probably have a few comments as well because it started to get chippy late. Want to make sure that everybody stays safe. But we'll see what we've got what the second half has in store for us. Right now, it has Wells on top by a large margin. 35-0. The Warriors on top of the Winslow Black Raiders. Halftime brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company. We will be back for the third quarter on The Score. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta-Vassalboro line.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
My dad's a real hero. Not like a superhero or anything. More like a regular dad kind of hero. 'Cause every weekend, even when the weather's bad and it's super snowy, he always gets us there safe.
They don't know how you do it. All they know is that you care.
See Skowhegan Tire Center. They beat any price. Route 201, Skowhegan.
Refi your ride at Connected Credit Union. Lower your current rate by as much as 1.5% and earn up to $300 cash back when you refinance your auto or recreational loan with us. This offer ends November 15th. Contact our loan team today for your best deal or apply online at connectedcreditunion.org. Get connected, stay connected. Federally insured by the NCUA. Member eligibility required. Consult with a loan officer for more information.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Discover the printing experience you've been searching for at SBS Carbon Copy on 54 Main Street in Waterville. Tired of getting lost in big box stores? Whether you need unique business cards or large format printing up to 44 inches wide, customized invitations that scream you, we've got it all. Our team is here to print, copy, or scan with a smile. Fast, affordable, and with a touch of personality. Don't settle for ordinary. Dash over to mainprintingservices.com where printing's personal, not puzzling.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin here with you in Winslow, along with Tyler Rigney, who is running our camera. Mary Rigney has our scoreboard, and Ashley Knight is running our stats. We get ready for the start of the second half here as Winslow is trailing 35-0 at home to the undefeated and looking to go 6-0 Wells Warriors.
Well, you look ahead for Winslow to next week, and they host Belfast, who's coming in here without a win, and you hope that Winslow certainly can rebound. Because there's a big difference between playing Wells and playing Belfast, for sure.
Wells, the defending Class D champions. They beat Foxcroft Academy last year in what was, at the time, a bit of a surprise.
A stun.
They ended up going for too late, winning that one 22-21, as Foxcroft Academy was having a similar season last year to this Wells team this year, and they look like they picked up right where they left off and are just rolling. Well on pace to, I think, in their 6 games now. As we complete this, it'll be 6. If well on pace in this one to be their 5th of 6th that they've scored at least 40 points in.
Saw in their halftime going over some offensive alignments with some of the substitutes. Don't be surprised, AJ, if we get a slew of substitutes coming into this ball game, maybe for both teams.
I'd imagine we would for sure see them pretty quick. I imagine Wells might want to put their foot on the gas. They're going to start with the ball here in firm control. They forced 3 turnovers. They scored on every possession except the one to end the half, and that was with two touchdowns negated before they finally took a knee and decided that they were going to have a conversation about it.
Yeah, and they did. They did. I'm sure the coach got on the players a little bit too because, again, you know, when you're number one, you got to watch out for that stuff.
Short kick from Hassan Hobby. That's going to bounce at the 30. Dies there. That's still a live ball. And I think right there was Hardy closest. He couldn't quite get to it as I think Potter ended up falling on it. But that was close call for the Wells Warriors.
Well, there again, Potter is all over the place. A very gifted athlete, but he's got great insight as to what's happening. This kid's the real deal as well.
So that is going to put the Wells Warriors to start this second half at their own 33.
New quarterback.
And it looks like a lot of, you're correct. A lot of new Potter's still out there, but yet.
Oh, Cam is there. Okay.
New quarterback is going to be Noah McDonough, the sophomore. He's got Potter behind him, going to turn around, hand off to Potter in his gut. He's going to go through. Jersey tug there. Bimpson able to hang on. Luckily for him, because Potter had a lot of grass in front of him.
And good running backs punish the defenders. And boy, doesn't he love to lower that shoulder.
He took that all the way from the 33 to the 41, called that a gain of 8, as there was a ton of space in front of him.
I think we might see an occasional starter for the first series, but that may be it.
And Potter's still out there. Buxton out there as well as they pack it in tight. New quarterback, though, McDonough. From the 41, turns around. He's going to fake it to Potter. Instead, they're going to give the sweep to Carbonneau. Carbonneau's got a lot of space, 45-50. He lowers his shoulder, finally wrapped up and spun down as he goes to about the Winslow 43. So give him, see where they mark him down. They're going to put him at the 42. Give him 17 on that one.
Well, as Potter and Buxton fight for the lead and touchdowns on this Wells team, it's nice to have a running back, Dominic Carbonneau. Comes out of nowhere. He's got great outside speed.
So fresh set of downs here for the Warriors on the sweep from Carbonneau. Buxton looks like, Buxton and Potter still out there.
Yeah.
Down to the quarterback. He's going to turn around. They're going to sweep it the other way. This is for DeMauro. DeMauro at the 40, 35, tons of space. It's a foot race. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. DeMauro goes 42 yards to the house, making up for that one that was called back at the end of the half. He gets 42 here and 6.
No flags, gets around the end, doesn't need any blocks as it's daylight to the end zone. Another big play for Wells.
And they have had a day full of them as they're now up 41-0 pending the extra point. And I believe Potter, out of 6 touchdowns, Potter's the only one that has more than 1.
Yeah, he's got 2.
Ball down, kick up, and good. So after another big play for the Warriors, as DeMauro goes 42 yards through 1 tackle and then just outraces everyone. That makes it 42-0 Wells here early in the third quarter. We will be back. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
42-0 Wells on top. Another big play. DeMauro takes that 42 yards to the house. As Winslow's going to get their first possession of the second half. Still looking to get off that goose egg. Simpson and Hardy still back deep to return for the Black Raiders. They're standing about their 4. Still Piatek for kicking for Warriors. That's a low-line drive. Bempson's going to take it at about his 6.
Good block.
He's in the center there. Got some space. Lowers his shoulder, and he's going to go up over the 30 before he is flipped up and over. Solid field position for Winslow. Going to be 1st and 10 at the 32.
Looking to see if there's any substitutes coming in for Winslow. It appears that they'll stay intact.
Yeah, I believe
would be nice, AJ, to see one good drive and score on the board.
You're Winslow, I think for sure you definitely at least want to make sure you snap that goose egg. We'll say the only change, and unsurprisingly, Garcia out there, he's in that far slot. That is normally Fortin's position we saw get injured late in the first half.
Starters are in for Wells defensively.
Turn around, hand to Bimpson. Bimpson sets through the line now. Got to protect that ball as he pushes his way up near the 35.
They're trying to pull the ball away, and Bimpson had to hang on with that with 2 hands and did a good job.
And Bimpson, they're going to put him at the 33, so give him 3 on that one. So 2nd and 7 here for Winslow. Had a couple of drives in the first half that were promising, got down deep in Wells territory, but then just couldn't cash out, ended up turning over on downs.
Yeah, that one drive when they were trailing 7-0 and they got down to the 10. I thought we were in for a ball game, but they just couldn't punch it in.
Yeah, 1st and goal at 10, couldn't gain a yard, ended up turning it over. Barmlow in the shotgun, going to drop back, looking right side. Now comes back left. He's going to let that one go deep, looking for Hardy, and he airmails that one over everybody's head. Incomplete. They're going to be 3rd and 7 for the Black Raiders.
Pretty good indication Winslow does not throw the ball a lot as their receivers pull up on their routes and don't continue their routes. Not a passing team.
That was a little just a sideline streak there. Parmelo, I think, has had some good balls, but I think you've seen, especially on that drive you talked about where they had 1st and goal at the 10,
yeah.
Couple ones where it just couldn't quite get the mustard he needed on it, had a chance to score, instead airmailed him a little bit too much. 3rd and 7 here, a little bit of confusion. Hardy comes in from that near side slot. He's all by himself on the near side, 3 to the far side. Bimson to the right of Parmelo. 3rd and 7 takes a snap. Looking right, looking in the middle. He's going to load up. Got one for Hardy, running that post route. Caught, takes the big hit, but hangs on. Nice completion there. There's a little post off the backside. Big hit there against Hardy, but he ends up hanging on as he goes down at the Wells 40, so give him 23 on that one.
I thought they could have gotten Carbonneau there for
and there is a penalty, I believe. I think they're about to mark this off. I think there was some chirping after the fact.
There was. It was Carbonneau that stood over the receiver, and you can't do that. That's taunting.
Again, as I've said, Wells is a very good team. I don't think they've handled themselves very well today. So Hardy picks up 23 on that one, and then you're going to add another 15. So very quickly, they're down at the Wells 25.
Spread offense.
They have slots to either side, 2 and 2. Parmelo's going to stay in the shotgun. Bimson to his right. Going to hand off on the sweep to Hobby. He's going to get wrapped up and take it down in the backfield.
No, ball's down. That ball is down. Contact. And the field judge is coming over to sell the call.
Yeah, he was definitely down. That pops out late. Good call. Good eyes here, Coach.
Yep.
But that was Raymond Bell who just burst off the edge there, wrapped up Hobby, and takes him down for a loss of 6.
Again, starters remain in for Wells on defense.
I think unsurprising. I think the way this game's gone, Wells a little bit frustrated with the end of that first half, probably trying to do what they can to preserve that goose egg. So 2nd and 16 here for the Black Raiders as they're all the way back to the Wells 31, loss of 6 on 1st and 10. Stay in the shotgun. Bimson to the right of Parmelo. Takes a snap. Looking left, wants to load up, looking center, going to go short side. That's Costigan. Costigan, a nice move at the 25. Not going to get much more there. He ran a little comeback. Nice move by Costigan to shake that first defender you're going to see, but a nice follow-up by the rest of the defense. I think the first man there for the defense was Murphy. Either way, though, should be about they're going to put it at about 29, so give him 7. Give Costigan 7 on that catch.
Credit Tucker Pomelo that time, quarterback for Winslow, for looking off, a couple of his receivers and finding an open receiver. Nice patience.
So 3rd and 9 here for Winslow. Definitely going to be 4-down territory. This is the area, though, the Black Raiders have struggled. They had a couple drives get down here and just couldn't cash them out. 3rd and 9 from the 24. Shotgun, 2 and 2 formation. Bimson to the left of Parmelo. And nice hard count by Parmelo. Gets the defense to jump.
There you go.
Nice job by your veteran quarterback. Going to get you 5 free ones as this will put the ball up to the 19. And so then you'll be looking at a 3rd and 4. So you have 2 cracks if you're Winslow to pick up 4 yards.
And again, you look at Winslow and where they are in their season and what they have to do well to prepare for next week.
So 3rd and 4 now.
Oh,
quick
goodness.
count, and I think Winslow's going to give that one right back.
Yep.
Winslow tried to quick count him, and yep, sideline ref, false start, so they're going to give those 5 back. And that one, I hate to do it, but as much credit as I think Parmelo gets on drawing the Wells defense off sides the previous snap, it's on him to recognize his offense wasn't set the following snap.
Yeah, and Alex Hardy that time, I think, didn't know the count, and he took off for the end zone before the ball was snapped.
So back to 3rd and 9 here from Winslow as it moves back to the 24. Parmelo takes the shotgun snap. Little quick flare out to Hobby. Hobby catches there. He's going to run around one defender. Tries to cut back. He's wrapped up there and then thrown out of bounds. That was Albright on the tackle finally that was able to get Hobby out of bounds. And I think you're going to basically have no gain on that one.
Yeah, missed a block on the end. Hobby couldn't get to the outside. Tried his best and fought through the tackles, but no gain.
Actually, where they mark Hobby, we're going to call that a loss of 1. Original line of scrimmage is about the 24, and they're on the backside of the 25. So loss of 1 on that catch from Hobby. So now 4th, and we'll call it a long 10. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Hardy by himself down near side. Parmlo goes for the hard count again. And Hardy took off, and they're going to give up 5 more.
Well, we got to work on our wideouts knowing the snap count.
So now 4th and a long 10 will quickly become 4th and a long 15.
Thank God for running time. What a great rule that was to put into high school football.
4th and 15 here for Winslow. Parmlo takes the snap, looking right side. Now comes back left. Hardy by himself running that post again. It's hung up there. Hardy goes up, and it is...
Well, that could be interesting.
Intercepted?
They came down. I thought it was a simultaneous catch, which should go to the offense. The ball was taken away, I thought, after he hit the ground. And I thought simultaneous catch coming down, AJ, should go to the offense.
Take a look here. Hardy still hadn't got up. Let's take a look and see what we think. I thought initially Hardy had that. Albright I think Hardy pulled that away. I think that's another pick.
Yep.
That's unfortunate as Hardy stays down. Might have landed on that shoulder. Definitely got a yank of the arm there from Albright as he wrestled the ball away. That's the second interception by Albright if it stands.
He came down with arm extended. That's usually collarbone right there.
So Alex Hardy down as he's being attended to. We'll take a injury timeout. 42-0, Wells on top. 3:44 here to go in the third quarter. You are listening and watching high school football on The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity, where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Good job. Ooh, that is short.
You see Hardy getting up, and I think you're right, Coach Yank. I thought dislocation is what I thought, and he's having the arm hang down. So here's the deal. I'm going to show you the replay because this looked like an interception. Yeah, okay, you could see it late there. So there's the play. That, by my feelings, was an interception by Albright. The problem is we show you the beginning of this one more time, that is going to be a roughing the passer. So all of a sudden, what should have been a pick for the Wells defense, yet again, their defense commits a roughing the passer, and it's going to be 1st and 10 to the 15, and Winslow gets new life here.
They've had a ton of major penalties.
Yes, they have. Parmlo going to drop straight back. He's under pressure, still under pressure, flings that one out, and that one's going to fall short as Hobby was running a little in and out route there.
But Parmlo's making some good decisions here. He's not forcing the ball into coverages. He's getting out of the pocket. That one was well thrown underneath where it couldn't be picked.
So nice job there, especially after we saw him find himself under pressure and throw a pick late in the first half. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here for Winslow from the Wells 15, looking to break that shutout. They're going to come in tight yet again, turn around, going to pitch it to Hobby. Hobby's got some space, lowers his head, gets under the tacklers,
nice run.
And he is going to go past the 5. And that'll be good for a first down.
Well, we don't have an awful lot of positives if you're Winslow offense, but that was one. Hobby that time took the ball, found an opening, had to make a good, quick adjustment, but he's got quick feet. Nice run down to we're inside the 5.
Yeah, right down to the 4, so give Hobby 11 on that one and a first down. First and goal from the 4, packed in tight.
Punch it in.
Farmelo under center. Man in motion, Hobby, they're going to pitch it to him. Same play, he's going to turn around, come off tackle, and he is in. Touchdown, Hassan Hobby.
You'll see the pitch on the replay. Hobby comes inside, makes a nice cutback against the grain, and finds end zone. Nice drive by Winslow.
Same play back-to-back, and it works as Hobby goes in from 4 to give the Winslow Black Raiders their first points of the day. Aided again by Wells' penalty, and again, number 1 team or not, they have clearly a ton of talent. They have committed a ton of penalties today.
Well, they did this against their first-team defense. That's a feather in their cap for the Winslow Black Raiders.
They're going to go for 2. Under snap, they're going to roll out. Got a man wide open in the flat. Garcia catches it, but did not get in. And I think you see there just that issue of inexperience as Garcia's got to bend that up into the end zone.
Yeah, Garrett Hemley came out of nowhere to make that stick for Wells.
That's going to keep it at 6, but as you see on the 4-yard touchdown run from Hassan Hobby, they do finally break the goose egg, and you can see that thanks to Mid-State Machine Instant Replay. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. And, of course, high school sports on the Scores brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates, one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Your future starts now. Winslow drives against the first-team defense as able to finally crack that goose egg, and we will see what happens going forward. Wells had a new quarterback in on that first possession of the second half because they started with the ball but did have their starting running back still out there. They've now given up the goose egg, still up comfortably by 36 points.
The book says let your starters maybe play the first drive offensively and defensively, then get them out in this type of game. Let's see what happens. I don't believe Wells will stay in with their offensive and defensive starters again.
Yeah, I think especially running clock, we're down to 2:16. The game's moving relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Hassan Hobby going to take the kick here just the second time today.
Boy, he's got a foot.
Puts that in. Buxton judged that one. He rolled it, still bobbling, still kicking it around. Finally picks it up to 7. Jukes a tackle there, trying to cut it back. Bimson gets a handful of jersey, and they finally get him down to the 15 as Buxton really struggled to pick that one up.
I think a little sunlight right there. Needs a little bit of sun glare. That ball got up into the sun a little bit, lost it, and then he's fortunate to get back on it.
Buxton had some words for one of the tacklers in on him. Buxton, remember, had the late hit on Fortin. Haven't seen him since. Game not really in question, so you could maybe argue just going to give Fortin the extra rest. But
and again, I do want to say, and I want people to understand I'm positive about the running time because nothing good can happen in the second half from a game like this. This is where chippiness happens. You want to get some of the substitutes in. This is when they want to play. You don't want to have injuries, and you don't want it to get out of control.
Shot there from Tyler. You saw Fortin still got his helmet, walking around the sideline, holding his side. So he looks okay, but again, game not in question, probably just getting him some extra rest. 1st and 10 from the 17 for Wells. Turn around, they're going to hand it off. That is Albright sweeping around, trying to stick his foot in the ground, turn up, finally wrapped up and taken down at about the 30. Give him a first down as he was finally tackled, I think, by Bimson.
Yeah, this is second-team offense for Wells. We've got all new players in.
Albright, they officially put him down at the 30, so give him 13 yards first down as this has been a big plays Wells offense. And really the only thing that's stopped Wells today has been the yellow flag.
You say, okay, now we've got the Wells subs in, but these subs have played a lot this year.
That's true.
This isn't a team that's green.
1st and 10 from the 30. Backup quarterback McDonough goes under center. Man comes in motion. He's going to turn around, hand it off, up the gut. New fullback finally. Oh. And that one broke a tackle, still rumbling, still bumbling. Bolduc finally goes down up near midfield as Winslow just couldn't get a hand on him, couldn't bring him down. You're going to see Bolduc here, who had a nice carry in the first. Steps to arm tackle, second arm tackle, third arm tackle. Jukes Costigan finally taken down, but falls forward to about the 47. Give him 17.
Good strong run. Boy, someone's doing a good job down there turning out running backs.
That's an understatement. Bolduc looked more like the backup to Potter with that size, but showing that he can shift around in a tight space. And Wells, I think, content to let this one run out. And that will be the conclusion of the third quarter. Wells Warriors on top, 42-6. We will get you the third quarter breakdown as we head into the final quarter here. Wells in firm control. You are listening and watching high school sports on The Score.
Whether you're looking to buy, build, or refinance your home, at Skowhegan Savings, we make buying your home a personalized experience. Our team of local community bankers are available on your time to help you every step of the way, from pre-qualification to closing your loan. We have a variety of mortgage terms to fit your needs and a biweekly payment option that can save you time and money off your loan. We also won't sell your loan, so your loan stays local with us. Contact one of our community bankers or apply online at skowhegan.com to start your home buying journey today.
Heading into the final period, it is time for your fourth quarter breakdown, brought to you by 201 Service in Skowhegan. 2 touchdowns. DeMauro first for Wells on the first possession of the second half. Finally got the touchdown he was looking for at the end of the second half. That was negated. Into the first half, that was negated. He goes 42 yards, almost untouched, to the end zone. And then finally, Winslow is able to crack that shutout. Hassan Hobby has a big run, and then he takes that in from 4 yards out. Touchdown either way, 42-6 as we head to the final period. 201 Service, your fourth quarter breakdown on The Score. Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984.
AJ, you got a lot of excited kids out there right now that haven't been in the ball game, and nice play right there by the defensive back for, trying to get his name, Jonathan Caceres for Winslow. Stood up, made a great big play right there. Happy kid.
Nice job. Lost the 2. He's going to be second and 2 here for Wells. Second and 12, turnaround. Handoff there going up the gut. Another one of those big running backs. This time it's Mason Miles. He's going to get up near midfield.
Looking across the field, Wells travels well. You would expect that from a team of this quality.
Hey, just a reminder for those Wells fans, you can find this game and everything we've ever covered. Central Maine Sports on YouTube. It is always free. And again, that's not just this season. We've been doing this since spring season last year. Everything's on YouTube. Central Maine Sports. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All the way up to the 49, 3rd and 8 for the Wells Warriors. McDonough under center. Turnaround. He is going to hand off. This time it's Colin Moody. Moody tries to follow his blocks. He's going to get across midfield, but only get about 3.
And I believe this will be the first time that Wells has had to punt the ball.
That is factual. Besides the kneel down at the end of the first half, they have ended every drive with 6.
Winslow looking to put together another drive.
So 4th down here for the Warriors on plus side of the field, but firmly in control, 42-6 up over Winslow as we tick to 10 minutes here to go in the fourth quarter.
Now Buxton is punting, so please don't get a rush on him and let him run.
Again, starting running back already has an 89-yard carry to his name today.
Let him kick it.
High snap, good catch. Line drive kick. That is going to roll into the end zone. Almost a pretty darn good directional kick.
You think?
Nearly rolled out of bounds the sideline. Just a little break there for the Winslow
I think that was planned, AJ. I think that's where he intended to do with that.
That was a heck of a kick. A little bit of a break, though, for Winslow. High school sports on the score, of course, brought to you by Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. And Casella Waste for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Remember, after the game, we will pick our Flagship Cinemas player of the game, as they'll get the Flagship Cinemas swag bag, which includes a movie ticket to Flagship Cinemas, the bag from Central Maine Community College, the Score T-shirt, and the Score Player of the Game T-shirt.
Okay, we've got a freshman quarterback, Quincy Nesbitt, for Winslow, and he quarterback sneaks for a nice gain of about 5 yards.
They're going to give that little Philly special Winslow style and push Nesbitt forward. 1st and 10 initially start, of course, on the 20 with the touchback, and they're going to give him 5. So 5-yard gain for the freshman on 1st and 10.
Got to be thrilling right now to get into a varsity game.
Yeah, because, of course, Nesbitt's thinking, got this. Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 here for the Winslow Black Raiders. Scored on their last possession, looking to make it 2 in a row. Nesbitt, number 8's 5'5", 125 freshman. Goes under center. He's going to turn around. They're going to pitch that little sweep. That is Waldy trying to come the other side and not finding a whole lot of room as he is hit hard by Jonathan Martinez, the senior.
Well, I looked out and I looked at the Wells defense and I said, that's not them. And my God, they lose a little bit of size when their starters go out.
That's still gain of 1 for Waldy, so it's going to be 3rd and 4.
Again, this Wells team everybody's looking for that last bowl game against Winthrop Monmouth. Both undefeated teams coming into the Class D South. Winner of that will certainly go number 1.
3rd and 4 here. Winslow Black Raiders got the backups in. Nesbitt under center. Nesbitt gets him set. Waldy comes in motion. Going to turn around, handoff up the gut. Nothing doing there as that was Jonathan Caceres, and he was hit in the backfield. May have actually lost that yard.
Rory Spalding on the outside took a step. Credit the officials for not calling false start on that.
So he loses that yard, so it goes back to 4th and 5 here for Winslow.
Go for it.
There's nothing to lose at this point. 4th and 5 from their 25, 7-10 with a running clock, and it will not stop running unless Winslow scores. Long huddle here from the Black Raiders.
Now, I always question Mike in this situation. What else would it stop on, AJ? Mike can't figure this out.
Injuries, I would think.
There you go.
Timeouts.
There you go. Mike has a hard time with that,
High snap. That is tough. Nesbitt gets it. He's going to pooch punt it. It's a short one.
You think?
Wells going to let that go. It's going to take a little bit of a friendly roll and then finally come down at the Winslow 46. And that is where Wells will take over. 6:30 to go with a clock counting down. 42-6. Wells in firm control, looking to go 6-0. And we'll keep it right here. I actually thought we were going to have a second, but we're not. So Wells now going to be fully in backups. Winslow fully in backups. Wells has done 6 games looking for their 6th straight win as they stay undefeated, and this makes 5 of 6 that they have scored at least 40 points in. The game they didn't score 40, they still won by 22. 1st and 10 here from the Winslow 46 for Wells. McDonough in, takes a snap. There's Bosch snap, and down as the sweep man ran right into him, and Winslow's got it.
Well, the ball never really got into the carrier's hand. Hit him on the hip. Ball bounced straight down. Timely response by Winslow, and Winslow's got the ball near midfield.
At Garcia coming in motion for Wells. I don't think was supposed to get it. Was just a little bit late off his hip. And then diving on it, I believe, was Curley for the Black Raiders. So they force a turnover here and get really good field position. Nesbitt back under center. Going to turn around. They're going to run that double handoff space to the outside. Nice. Trying to get through one tackle. Couldn't quite do so. There was a lot of grass out there for Rory Barry Spalding Jr., RBS, as I will now call him because I don't have time for that. Still good gain, though, as he goes from the 46 all the way to the Wells 47.
Nice-looking play. We saw that earlier, but took too long to develop. That ball, it was a good exchange.
That was one tackle away from potentially being 6.
Yep.
Instead, it's a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 from the Wells 37. You're going to run the double handoff again. That was not the cleanest, as it finally ends up in the hands of Waldy, and Waldy unfortunately gets wrapped up for a loss of 1.
It's all about timing, that type of offense, and your blockers and the timing of your quarterback when the ball is handled. In anything can slow that up. And right there, just a little bit of a delay caused the interference.
And to your point, you've got the pitch from the quarterback to the first running back who's got to get it in his hands, and then he's got to put it in the belly of the second running back. There's just a lot there that can not go
and in a small area, you got to watch your feet that you don't trip them. You got to get out of the way.
3rd and 4 here. Nesbitt drops back, looking, trying to thread that one through. Nice play. As coming through to break that one up, Garrett Hemley knocks that down. Again, one of those passes, both quarterbacks we've seen, and again, Nesbitt's a freshman, but just more zing.
Yeah.
More zing. You had it, and then you hang it up there, and Hemley, able to come in and knock that one down. So it's going to be 4th and 4 here for Winslow. Again, plus side of the field, they're at the Wells 48. First down is just past the 44.
Hemley's made a couple of nice plays. Good defensive back.
Under center, they're going to turn around pitch, double handoff again, going to end up in the hands of RBS, and that is going to get strung out, and he may actually lose a yard.
Well, that one wasn't as clean, and tried to get to the outside and turn up.
Yeah, I think you see the inexperience there as you watch the Mid-State Machine instant replay. He cuts back. He had a wall there.
Yeah.
Instead, he tried to keep pushing that outside, and the defense was there where his blockers were not. Turnover on downs, which unfortunately has been a pretty reoccurring thing for the Winslow offense today.
You know, AJ, that's one of the things I like about the Wells running backs is that they all look to square their shoulders upfield as soon as they can, and that's taught. That's good coaching.
So Wells takes over again, now at their own 47. They're going to hand that one off the gut. Not a whole lot of room there. Is taking that carry was Dylan Hudnall, the freshman, who I believe is about the 7th different ball carrier today for the Warriors. That favorable spot, they gave him 2, so he's at midfield.
As we said, Wells is undefeated, but you go back into last year, and this will be their 9th consecutive win.
Start strong when you that one of the games included in that streak was a state championship. Doesn't hurt.
Foxcroft was looking to three-peat on that.
Wells throwing that, and they look good again this year. Handoff, that one's going to go to Moody. Sweeping to that right side. Dragon tacklers finally goes down. He's going to be near the first down marker, and that sideline judge comes in and says he got it. So give Moody, Colin Moody that is, 8 yards and a first down for the Warriors as we are under 2 minutes here as Wells is in position now to run maybe about another play and get out of here with their 6th straight win this season.
We've seen Foxcroft this season as well, and, you know, judging and evaluating both of these teams, I think Wells has got a leg up on them. I think they've got more experience and physicality in their offensive and defensive lines.
Physicality, I would definitely agree with. Wells, 1st and 10 from the 42, going to hand off. Sweeping to the right side. That's another running back who's going to get tackled up and taken down for a loss. In the backfield for Winslow, that was Ibrahim Al-Subahawi who makes that tackle all the way back at the 45. I believe that was the first carry, another new running back for Wells. I thought that was 38, which I don't have on my roster.
I don't either. I just looked, and looks like we've got some new players they picked up.
Robert Stevens was the first carry. 39.
Oh, 39. Okay.
39. Thank you to our spotter. McDonough's going to take the snap, take the knee, and that one ought to get us out of here as he takes that knee for -1 as we've got just 42 seconds, maybe one more kneel down here as I think that first knee was done with just 10 guys.
Yeah.
Wells takes the second knee, so 2 straight knees for the backup. Wells was in firm control from the get-go. They are going to get out of here with a 42-6 win as the clock runs out here. And we will have to get our heads together because I believe only one player scored 2 touchdowns for Wells. Everyone else spread the wealth. Who is going to be the flagship Cinemas player of the game? 42-6, Wells wins over Winslow. They stay undefeated. We will be back with our post-game show on The Score. You're listening and watching high school football on The Score.
Hi, this is Mike Perkins from KMD Driving School. I've been instructing your children in driver's ed for years. We're accepting new students for the fall and winter classes. Let the professionals teach your children. Call 465-4835. Sign them up for KMD Driving School. New classes begin every 3 weeks. Call 465-4835, 465-4835, or visit us online at kmddrivingschool.com. The journey begins with us. KMD Driving School.
For the safety of you and your family, 201 Tire Battery and Service on Riverside Drive in Vassalboro offers only the best and most reliable tires and batteries, including used batteries for your ride, cars, motorcycles, and more. And tires for everything. Tractors, lawnmowers, your car and truck, custom rims? Yup, of course. Open Monday through Thursday, 7:30 until 5, Friday till 3. Pet friendly with free battery testing and complimentary ice cream. 201 Tire Battery and Service on the Augusta Vassalboro line.
AJ Knight, John Coughlin here with you. Final score, Wells beats Winslow 42-6. We'll, of course, get to the stats, get to our flagship Cinema player of the game. But first, your fourth quarter breakdown brought to you by 201 Service in Skowhegan. Not a lot to break down. Running clock, backups in. The only notable play we'll show you right here, a botch snap. Winslow gets a positive there in the turnover column as they recover that fumble. but no touchdowns, no points scored as Wells was in firm control. That is your fourth quarter breakdown, brought to you by 201 Service in Skowhegan, Maine's trusted towing and recovery partner since 1984. Stats, highlights, and the flagship cinema player of the game. When we come back, Wells wins 42-6 over Winslow. You're listening and watching high school football on The Score.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
AJ and I, John Coughlin, with you here in our post-game show. Final score 42-6. Wells beats Winslow in full control of this one, and we'll take a look at the yardage. But, Coach, that Wells team came in rolling offensively and defensively. They continued rolling offensively and defensively.
Their line play is exceptional. Their offensive and defensive line, we've said it before, but that's what's going to dictate who wins the championship in this league. And again, we've seen Foxcroft, we've seen a couple of the other teams in D, but this Wells team, we've said it before, is the real deal. Their offensive play, line play, the two great backs, they've got other backs that complement them. They have a quarterback that throws, and they have a winning tradition. Winslow came in here, and I thought, AJ, in that second half, they played well. They did some things. I thought that Pomelo threw the ball well. That's something we have not seen out of Winslow. But it comes down to this. They need to keep their focus because next week they have a winnable game where Belfast travels here to Winslow. And then the final game of the season will be at Old Town. And that's going to be a big game for Winslow because with a win there, they can gain home field advantage going into the playoffs.
Looking at some numbers here, Wells' leading rusher, Don Buxton, he had 142 yards. He had a touchdown. Potter had 29 rushing yards, 18 receiving yards. He had 2 touchdowns. On top of that, just kind of spread the wealth. Haney had a 25-yard rushing touchdown. DeMauro had a 42-yard rushing touchdown, also had a couple other yards, 58 total on that. And then also want to give credit to Carbonneau. He had a rushing touchdown as they just sort of constantly blitzed Winslow. It's sort of their own game. For Wells, though, I think Coach going to be talking to the team. 12 penalties, 125 yards, and 3 touchdowns negated, including a pick 6. They had 3 interceptions as a defense. But just got a little chippy. I think got a little away from them. On the other side for Winslow, taking a look at some of the numbers, Fortin, 37 rushing yards, 33 receiving yards, had a really big catch Unfortunately, he got injured, did not play in the second half. The game was in pretty firm control up to that point. Hobby had the one lone touchdown, 17 rushes. He ended up scoring, 17 rushing yards, he ended up scoring. But those are the some of the numbers, as well as just sort of dominated both phases. They ran really well. Cal Moody, good quarterback, really didn't have to throw much, did end up throwing a touchdown, as you see, just sort of run, and a diverse attack. A couple receivers take some sweeps. A two-headed running attack of Buxton and Potter is formidable. They combined for 3 touchdowns. One of the interceptions as well as Buxton. They end up with 3 total. But just a dominant performance from Wells on both sides of the ball. Really, I think, had this one kind of over at half.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this ball game, you expected this. They came out, they did what they had to do. Winslow came in with a game plan that, it worked for a while. They certainly were outclassed by a very, very well-coached and talented football team from Wells. But this Winslow team will rebound. Wells travels next week. They're going to be on the road. They go to Freiburg Academy, one that they should win. And then it comes down to their last game of the season when they play home to Winthrop, and that will be for the top classification in Class D South.
So before we get to our player of the game, reminder, high school sports is brought to you by, in part, 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. But when it comes to the flagship cinema player of the game, couple choices, not hard, no runaway statistical favorite, but for his play in the first half, both sides of the ball, Don Buxton ends up being the flagship cinemas player of the game. You see here, he scored the first touchdown, making that one look pretty easy. And then you're going to see he sets up Potter's first touchdown as he's going to go almost the entire way, 89 yards. He is going to win the Flagship Cinemas swag bag, which, of course, includes the ticket to Flagship Cinemas, includes the CMCC swag bag, the Score Player of the Game T-shirt, the Player of the Game keychain as well. Flagship Cinemas, consistent pricing, and a premium cinema experience. Our player of the game for doing it on both sides of the ball and having a pretty good statistical game. Don Buxton, who came in as one of the star players and looked like it for the Wells Warriors today, again, as they get the dominant 42-6 victory over Winslow. Quite a quick schedule change for us. Maybe starting Tuesday, we will definitely have Nokomis at Coney. Monster field hockey game. Make sure you stay up to date. CentralMainSports.com, 1160thescore.com, 1160 The Score on social media, or Central Maine Sports on YouTube, where they're scheduled out. Would not be possible to do what we do, especially with Mike Violet, one of his rare off days without a great team. So for Tyler Rigney, who was on camera, for Mary Rigney, who was on scoreboard, and for Ashley Knight running stats, thank you to them. Coach John Coughlin filling in again. He was on color. I am AJ Knight. We wish you a happy weekend. Final score here again, Wells 42, Winslow 6. Thanks for listening, and have a good weekend.
You've been watching yet another live local broadcast of high school sports on The Score. It's brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Midstate Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire, Battery and Service, Assistance Plus, SBS Carbon Copy, Manchester Motors, Casella Waste, Computer Improvements, Height Chevrolet, 201 Service Skowhegan, Connected Credit Union, KVFCU, Skowhegan Savings Bank, Skowhegan Tire Center, KMD Driving School, and Flagship Cinemas. Every game we do on The Score is always available for you to watch again or have someone else watch for the first time. All of our games are stored in the vault at CentralMainSports.com and also on The Score's YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please go and subscribe. To find out when the next game is on The Score, check out our game schedule at 1160thescore.com or CentralMainSports.com. Your team from your town plays here on the place for local sports.